Hello, this is Matt with Abnormal Mapping. Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. We are about to finish up this quest, I think. I looked it up, and I totally want my parts back because I get slightly better perks. Perks that are a little more interesting for doing that. But first, we have to go deal with all these scientists. So hopefully that doesn't revolve shooting them. Revolve around, you know what I mean. They're dumb, but I'm fond of them, so it would be sad if they died. Let's go to the world map. Balcony. We're so close to the end. I'm actually very excited about this. Because I'm very curious about the... Yeah. No, we're not going to shoot him. We're just going to talk. Hey, Klein. What's cracking?
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. I recommend watching now your brain.
There's things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender.
No.
With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how... And we have so many questions to...
Speech. Confer with colleagues? Can I get them to talk?
Nonsense!
Dr. Klein, I must intersect. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm.
I cannot stand a sweet breathing organism breathing in and out to suddenly not breathe.
Okay.
Gala, these vocal...
Klein, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right? This one's...
Oh, this is nice.
well,
I'm
it's
glad that everyone's
got
standing
good
up for me.
ideas.
These are good
Silence,
people, kind of.
Doctor. Oh, this is a thing...
You know what, Klein? Stick a straw in your tank and suck yourself. Long and deep. And my name is Zero.
The slash as a designator of... Why, that is brilliant. But how did you...
The lobotomite taught me that. Taught me a name is more than, that I should take pride in things like names. And you know what? Forget it, Klein. I hate you. And your theory of brachial beam oscillation? The Chinese had it first, you copycat.
How dare you?
Okay, great.
It's 2-8. Why are you acting like...
I'm glad everyone's standing up for me.
A noble speech, but perhaps you are irradiated with camaraderie radiation. We have chem... If I may, I feel this lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets as nothing. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering. Why am I even listening? And the word jism, which never made any sense to me. It's ridiculous. I count as 5, like the mighty human hand I once had, with its 5 penises clenched in a fist. Nonsense! The mathematics of this... If this were a democracy, I would be concerned. We are too
Research facility.
You dare use
Thanks.
logic against me? That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for a...
Okay.
For you? And for science? I have a strange sensation. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service.
I wouldn't destroy you
As
unless you made
long
me.
as you do not destroy us.
Cool. Let's get my stuff together. First and foremost.
As it had been in the
Oh,
years
no.
before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science,
I need to go
it
put
had
my
always
stuff
been
in.
intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
I assume it's because I didn't
Mobius continued his
find
research
everything.
undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success.
Yeah.
These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip.
This is great.
It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 continued to scan for the subject and the stealth suit prototype long after the test was over. Frustrated and unable to find its lost technology, X-13 expanded its network of laser tripwires, sensors, and robo-brains out across Big Mountain. This glittering blue light beam forest cleanly bisected anything that entered its depths, slicing them into small segmented parts for easy disposal.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one.
Good, let's go back.
The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Yeah, I know. We need to go back and put our organs back in. That was a long ending, but it was fine. Okay, your head's still not be crippled. My damage threshold improved. Wow, leveled up again. Everyone's very happy. Holy shit, okay. We want guns up. We're running out of time, so... rehack, I don't really care about that. Melee and unarmed. Let's take that one.
So you beat the big... Right.
Let's see, what's Roboscorpion. Okay. So what does the new gun do? Okay. Bonus damage versus robots, power armor, critical strike explosion.
I trust matters are...
Yep.
And rightly so.
I would like to swap body parts. Part back in your body. Less resistant to poison. Robots are less confused by you. Healing items are twice as effective. That's the thing I wanted. For sure.
If you're planning to stay a while...
Swap body parts. I want to reattach my spine. Okay. So I can be crippled again, but my strength and damage threshold bonuses have doubled. So that sounds great.
Look out! Communist! No
Okay.
false alarm.
I have stuff for
Greetings,
you, right?
citizen.
Oh, never mind.
It was just a plant.
I have stuff for little guy, right? Where's the little guy? There you are. Hi.
Please, please, please.
Who's the...
I hope you're happy.
You're back, and I can do.
You...
Okay. So, that's it. I think we're done here. Let's go get our stuff out of the... Well, there's a bunch of garbage I didn't need. Just threw it on the floor. Find Mobius's stuff. We only need one of those. Yep, we can put those back. Anything with a ton of weight needs to go back, probably. Those can all go. Those can go. Stealth boys are too expensive. We'll drink a bunch of those. Don't need those. Okay. Stalker blood, nope. Okay, I'm feeling alright about where we're at in terms of weight now. So let's see. Weapons? Yeah, their value is just too good to not keep around because I can go sell them. Alright, that's it. Let's get the hell out of here. A weapon? Miscellaneous? I don't actually know how I get out of here. I have that thing. The I don't know. There we go. Yep. We're free. The game crashed. No, the game didn't crash. Just loading slow. Okay, good. We need to go to the strip. I don't even know where that is. It's been so long. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go in, drop off everything I don't need. I think I might keep that laser gun. Might as well. I don't think I'm gonna keep the transporter later thingy. You know what? How much does it weigh? Let's check that. Oh, it weighs nothing. Yeah, I'll keep it. And I'll get as light as possible, and then we'll be ready to head off to the last DLC. So that's great. Old World Booze was really fun. I had a pretty good time with it. I feel like it, I don't know, it did like the open space thing that Honest Hearts did. Yeah, but wasn't garbage, and was well written. That's probably the best written DLC I've seen in one of these games so far. So that's nice. It's very exciting. But first
I bet
things
no
first.
one has ever been as unnoticed as me.
Hi. Yep. Whatever. My house. There we go. This is my bedroom. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna get rid of all of those. That. We don't need that either. Endurance one? Keep all that. Get rid of that. Push Graham's armor. Yeah, I guess we'll do it that way. We don't need the suit. Yeah, it's as light as we get, I guess. Door. Casino. And then we can teleport quests. It's down here, right? The reunion. And that's down by where we used to get our stuff repaired before I figured out how I could do it.
Time to fight. Fighting over.
Eat it, dogs. Okay. We're here. Courier 6. You can go home, Courier. The Divide. Lonesome Road. Lonesome Road's the name of this DLC, I think. So yeah, this is it. This is the last DLC. We're gonna cut it here. It's kind of a short episode, but that's alright. Next time, we will go through this door and reach whatever's on the other end. Go meet up with that other courier. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it'll be great to be eventually done with these and back into the main game. I don't even know what's happening. But we're almost at max level cap, so that's ludicrous. Maybe this game's almost over. I don't actually know. Thanks again. See you next time. Check it up, Normal Mapping. Bye.